Hey, what's up YouTube? Today I'm going to show you guys 3 simple card tricks that anyone can do for beginners or for people that just want to have a few card tricks to impress some friends. So yeah, let's get to them. This trick is a very well-known trick by many magicians, and it's very popular and a really cool trick that doesn't really take that long to learn. So let's get to it. So as all the tricks, you can just shuffle the deck. The magician can, the spectators can, and it'll be absolutely fine because they don't take any setups at all. So then you spread out the cards and the spectator can pick any one. So it can be that one, let's say, and it's an absolutely free choice. And the magician won't know what it is at all. The spectator will like show it to his friends and stuff, but that's their card. And then the magician has no idea what it is. So then you can give it some cuts, some more cuts. You can give it even a shuffle. You can give it some more shuffles. You can even give it some bridge shuffles. Everyone likes a bridge shuffle. And I think that's about good. So sometimes the spectators are kind of skeptical that I have the card kind of somewhere in the deck that I already know. So then I'm like, okay, I'll give it like this really messed up shuffle that really gets the cards mixed up. Because you can see like some are face to back. Some are even back to face. And some are even back to back. But then I say, but that doesn't even matter, because if you just give it one snap, you flip over the deck and all the cards go back to normal. They all go face up. But there's one card that's kind of not. It's kind of the odd guy out who's face down out of all the cards in the deck. And that's your card, the Jack of Diamonds. This card trick takes no setup like the last one. And the spectators can shuffle it as much as they want. You can shuffle it as much as they want, or as much as you want or they want, and it's absolutely fine. And they can show that it's just no setup whatsoever at all. So there's no setup at all, and the deck is entirely fine. So all you need to do then is have the spectator cut the deck anywhere they'd like, and it can be right here. And then you say, okay, I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of this pile, and just looking at this one right here, I'm going to take a peek at it. You're not going to look at it. I know that the 3rd card down over here is the Queen of Clubs. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3. Queen of Clubs. So I'll do that again because you guys might have not really understood that. So you can shuffle it as much as you want. It's fine. You can even shuffle it like this. Again, cut the deck in half, anywhere they like. So right there. Now, just looking at the 3rd card down here, so 1, 2, 3, I know that the 3rd card down here is the 8 of Hearts. So 1, 2, 3, 8 of Hearts. This is the last card trick, and then I'll be showing you guys the tutorials. So just get through this card trick, and you'll see how to do them. So, this is another no setup card trick that is another very easy card trick that you can do, anyone can do with a regular deck, and you can even show that the deck is entirely mixed up, and the spectator can mix it up as much as they want. So, then what you do is you have the spectator pick any card. So you spread out the deck and have them pick any card. Now they can pick that card, or they can pick any other card, but let's just say they pick that card right there. Now, you show it, they can look at it, and you don't look at it at all, because that would ruin the entire trick. You don't look at it at all. So then all you do is have the spectator cut it into the deck like that. And if they want, they can give it a few more cuts, or they can just be happy with what they've done and then not give it any cuts. But I decided to give it a few cuts. So now what the magician would do is put the cards on the table. And what they do is they just deal out one by one. And they'll know when it's about to be your card. So I know it's not yet, but I think it might start coming up soon. So it's hopefully none of these cards. Now, I think I'm getting kind of close, but it's still not yet. So let's just keep dealing out. Now, it's none of these cards, I hope. And I don't think you guys have seen it yet, but I'll put it face down when I think it's your card. And I think I'm getting kind of close. And I think that's it, right there, right there. Now, I'll keep dealing, though, to show you guys that none of these ones are your cards. I know that's your card. So, not the 3 of spades, not the king of hearts, not the 4 of clubs, not the queen of diamonds, not the 2 of clubs, and then none of these cards. It's this card right here. Your card, the queen of clubs. So the way you do the first card trick. Now, this is a well-known card trick among many magicians, but it's one that every beginner should know, and it's such a great card trick. So what you do is you can have the spectators shuffled as much as they want. That's for all the tricks. It takes no setup. It's impromptu. It doesn't matter. You can have any deck, any number of cards. That's how it is for every trick in these 3 tricks. So then you have the spectator pick any card, and it's really an absolutely free choice. So let's say they pick that one, and then they can show it to you, but it doesn't matter. Usually people don't want to show it to the magician, so they look at it and they memorize it. In this case, it's the 5 of spades. Then what you do is you put it on top of the deck, and then you're going to give it an overhand shuffle, and it's a simple shuffle where you hold it like the deck like this, and you're just peeling off the cards a few at a time. But when you do it, you're going to make sure that you take the top card only when you do the first one. So you're going to take the top card, and then you're going to keep on going with a bunch of other cards. And all you're doing is just peeling off packets of cards like that. So that's one way you can do it. That's how I did it in the trick. Or you could just do this thing where you put your thumb and you get kind of like a little break in the cards right there. So there's a little space, gap. And then all you're going to do is put one pile over it, and then you're going to keep the break, and then you're going to put another pile over it, and then you're going to have the card at the bottom. So they pick a card, king of hearts, let's say, and you can either do this way, which in my opinion, it's harder, where you keep the break, and then you bring it to the bottom, so it'll be right there. Or you can do it my way, which is a lot easier, and you can just give it an overhand shuffle by doing one card, and then you can do multiple cards. And that'll just bring the card to the bottom. But either way, you just need to bring the card somehow to the bottom. And then you can give it a few cuts that are fake, so you can give it a cut, and then you get your pinky above the cards, and then you give it like a few other ones, just keeping that pinky break, and then you put some cards on top. But either way, you just need to keep the card on the bottom. And then once it's on the bottom, what you want to do is you can even give it a shuffle like this. And then this is the storyline that I do, so I give it a normal shuffle. And then what you do is whatever pile it's in, you want to put that pile first down, and then you do the other side. So with the bridge, you do it that way. And then you'll say, okay, my spectators usually don't think that it's shuffled enough though. So then what you're doing is you're going to have it so that the card's on the bottom, and then that you have the deck face down. So you're going to take some cards and flip them over, take some more cards and flip them over with all of the other cards. So you'll take this entire pile that you have, flip them over. Take some more cards and then flip them over with this entire pile. Take some more cards, flip them over. And then when you get to the very bottom and flip it over, you're going to hold the last card, which will be their card. You'll flip it over, and then you'll put it on top of all the face-up cards. And then what you do is you'll square the cards up, and you don't want to show that like there's a big group of face-up cards and a big group of face-down cards. You just want to hold it like this and show that some are back to face and that others are face to back, like that. And then you're going to see that there's a little break in the middle of the deck, right there. And that's, you'll just get the hang of it, and you'll be able to cut to it right away. So like, you'll be able to cut it to it in a few tries, right there. And then what you do is you take that, and then what you're doing in slow motion is when you're showing that some are back to back, you're actually flipping over this packet on the right, and then you're going to put it back. So what that does is that sets up their card to be face down, and then it puts all the other cards face down, or face up, and then all the other cards will be face down. So I'll show that again. So you've done your sloppy shuffle, your shuffle where you do this and that, and then you have this card on top. Then you're going to show that some are face to back and that others are back to face. And then you're going to show that some are back to back. And then in slow motion, what you're doing when you do that is you're going to flip it over like that. For the second card trick, you just need to have the ordinary bicycle deck with as many cards as you want, and this will be for all the tricks. And then what you do is they shuffle it as much as they want, like the other ones. They shuffle it as much as they want, and then you can shuffle it again. And then what you're doing then is you're going to spread through the cards and say, look, they're all the same, or they're all the same cards, and they're in no particular order. And then while you're doing that, you're going to spread from the bottom to the top, so from this side to that side, and you're going to spread through, and you're going to see what the third card is. And in this case, it's the Ace of Hearts. So you're going to spread through, and you're going to remember the Ace of Hearts, Ace of Hearts, Ace of Hearts. So when you're spreading through, you're going to say, okay, all the cards, they're none of the same, they're all different. And then just remember Ace of Hearts, whatever the third card is from the top. So Ace of Hearts is the third card. Then what you do is you flip them over, and then you have the spectator cut to any part of the deck. And then they put it to the side, and then you take the other pile that they just cut to, and you're going to take the thought of the 3 cards, and this is just a distraction. And then you're just looking at the card, and whatever card it is, that literally doesn't matter at all. So then you're going to say, okay, depending on this card, I'm going to know what the third card is from down here. And right now, and you don't want to show them this card, and then you say, right now, I know that it's the Ace of Hearts. So then you deal 1, 2, 3, and then you know it's the Ace of Hearts. So I'll do that again. And it's just absolutely simple, and it actually blows their mind. And you can do it a few times, them. They just won't know how it's done. And they'll want to shuffle the deck a billion times, and it won't affect the trick. Then you show, okay, there are no different cards. And then right here, I'm remembering the King of Clubs, because that's the third card down. So King of Clubs, and they're just going to want to go through kind of fast. So you're going to flip it over, say, okay, there are no different cards. Remember King of Clubs. And then you say they're all different, and they're all in a different order. So then you flip it over, and then you have them cut it again. So they cut it, and then you just take the third card. So you go 1, 2, 3. You say, okay, I'm going to peek at this card, and depending on this card, I'm going to know what the third card is down here. So then you look at this card doesn't matter at all, it's just a distraction to them. So then you know that it's the King of Clubs. So then you'll deal, okay, it's the King of Clubs. So 1, 2, 3 is the King of Clubs. And then that's how that card trick is. It's very, very simple. So then you can do that as many times as you want until they don't want to do it anymore, or you can just do it once. But it's that simple. So, for the last trick, you just need the normal deck as always, and it doesn't matter how many cards you have. And they shuffle it as much as they want. You shuffle it as much as you want. And once you're done shuffling, what you need to do is spread through the deck, and it'll just show that all the cards are mixed up and in no particular order. And while you're doing that, you're just going to spread through, and you're looking at the bottom card. And in this case, the King of Spades. And you're just looking at the bottom card, and you just need to memorize that King of Spades, King of Spades, King of Spades. And you just need to remember the King of Spades. And then you have them pick any card at all. And then they pick this one, and then already from here, it's just easy. You just need to remember the King of Spades. So they look at it, it's the 5 of Hearts, and they put it on top of the deck, and then they simply just give it a cut. So what that does is it actually puts the King of Spades on top of the 5 of Hearts right there. So that'll put the King of Spades on top of the 5 of Hearts. So from there on, whenever you see the King of Spades, you're going to know the next card is going to be the 5 of Hearts. So you deal through, and when you see the King of Spades, so you can deal through kind of faster, and then when you see the King of Spades, which will be in a while, so you get to the King of Spades, and it'll be in a few seconds. When you get to the King of Spades, then you know that the next card is their card. And you put that face down. So you don't want to announce all this stuff. When I see the King of Spades, I don't know that it's your card. You just, when you get to the King of Spades, you're going to casually get to it, then you're going to be like, okay, I know the next card is going to be your card. Or I know this card is your card. So then you put it to the side and you say, I know that that card's their card. And then it's a 5 of Hearts. So then you don't show them yet, and you can keep on going through the deck saying, okay, have you seen your card yet? And they'll say no. And then you keep on going through till the end of the deck, and then they won't find it, or they won't see it. And at the very end, you do the final reveal, where you say, this is your card, the 5 of Hearts. And that's that trick. Very simple. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.